It's like candy. I can feel when you walk, even when you talk. It's a dynamic. Yes, I got codes. The stimulus is to bring Jim Crow, and now we got to L with the ooh.
Y'all see it now?
Disrespect is starting. They need to inject you to get you to embrace the new world order. Yes, I do. If you purely take it by the simple real thought of Gates and Fauci owning impoverished neighborhoods. Ow!
Oh, a lot happened this morning.
Disrespect is starting now.
Disrespect is starting now.
Disrespect is starting now. Ooh! And then gay impoverished neighborhoods to Joe Biden, and he handed it over to Gates, cause that's how it goes. Yes, he did. If you're watching and you're paying attention, Jim Crow was always the plan.
Ow! Oh, we in trouble. We so in trouble. You fascinate me. You fascinate them.
Because you are a god and got spiritual energy. They got to break your spirit by injecting you, cause that's how it goes. Ain't no candy in that glass. Ow! Taking your appetite, it's alright, cause Gates has already done that in Africa.
Oh my goodness. We see what the stimulus checks are for now. We in big trouble now.
Big trouble.
Out of the frying pan into the bonfire.
It's like candy.
But you got your candy, don't you?
You get your candy.
Ain't no candy on that bus. You thought the stimulus was candy, didn't you? I know. I was like, you know what? Maybe they're gonna take care of people. No, they got plans, baby. They got big time plans. Are y'all paying attention to the black code? Just and then just put Jim Crow up in your face like, hey, you got Jim Crow. Like, yeah, you gonna need a bigger boat to take on these criminals. You thought you were gonna vote your way out of it. Nope. So I'm just singing Candy this morning. This might take a minute. This is my jam. My sister's wedding, this came on. I was trying to hold the wall up with my sons. I couldn't. What yelled up?
What you do? You go all over Africa and you genocide and shut down all kind of immune systems and you sterilize the population.
Which is what they're gonna do in the inner city. I don't know how to make that fit in with the saxophone.
In the inner city.
In order to get your stimulus, you're gonna have to get injected by Fauci and Gates, man. That's not candy. Wrapped up tight.
So good.
For big corporations and the 0.01%, we had the black codes.
Raspberry.
All them good things. You could have ate them things, but you decided to eat M&Ms
and McDonald's.
So your immune system didn't work.
And then they created a pandemic.
I can't even say it.
It's like foolishness. Sure seems like a candy to me. Ow, baby.
I know that stimulus feel good, doesn't it?
Ow, baby.
I'm gonna stay at home. I'm not gonna go to work. What you do? You need to get your butt out and go to work. Oh man, do we got stuff to talk about? Oh my goodness. I don't even want to stop singing that. I love that song. Come on, goodness. It's like candy. I wanna know, do you see it too? You realize there was progress. There was progress. There was a little progress. Did y'all see that? They said 18% of black males vote for Trump. Did y'all see that? That's progress. Wrong direction, but it's a change. It's a change. I understand. But then it was women too, right? It just wasn't black males. It was they said Trump doubled the woman vote, the black woman vote, the black male vote, the people who still think that they colors. Not me. I had no interest. Zero interest. I have zero interest in playing color games. Color games! Alright, let me try to get this video working. Good morning, everybody. There's just so much to talk about today. There's no way I can do this in such a short period of time. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, it's a good thing that but that 18%, they recognize that, you know what? Yeah, that's a grizzly bear. I'm not going to go mess with the grizzly bear. I know exactly who Jim Crow Joe is. And then they went the other way and ran and now they playing with the snakes. The snakes going to kill you too. You know, it's the system. If you are not fighting the system, you are wasting your time. The only thing that Donald Trump did, I think, was give people some time. That's all he did. Good morning, everybody. Because he was trying to figure out how to get his corruption on. It's the system. It's the system. You got to be dirty to even have your name heard of. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Whoo, you have a nice laugh. Hi, what you doing? Oh, thank you, Miss Carol Harrison. I thank you. What am I doing? I'm scaring people. It's my job. My job is to scare people into doing the right thing. Do the right thing. Always do the right thing. Do the right thing. Good morning, everybody. And it's not funny, but, you know, it's where we are. I'm just here to tell you, ain't no candy on that bus, Carol. Ain't no candy. You gonna get on that bus, you think they gonna give you some candy. And ain't no candy on that phone call. Somebody try to sell me something, man. I ain't buying. It's like candy. That's right. That he does. He says like candy. He never said it's candy, did he? Who's that? Who sung that? That was Cameo. It's like candy. It's like stimulus. Nope. It's the Tuskegee experiments. All right, let me calm down. I'm sorry, my phone is quiet though. That was somebody trying to sell me something. That's not my family though, because I texted this morning. I sent the information to them this morning. I said, now you see what they're doing, right? You do see that they're walking us right back on the plantation. You do see now the Jim Crow coding and the black code. And they got real quiet. Nobody had sex. They didn't text me back. I said, I hate being right. I hate being right, but I've been watching these colonizing criminals for a long time. I don't vote on any side of the plantation, because then I start posting stuff and say, you're a closet Trump voter. I said, no, I don't vote. I have no interest. I'm not on your plantation. Where's my president? I got to say good morning to him every single morning till we dig him up and put him back in office. Mr. President Grant, good morning, sir. How you doing, sir? President Grant, the last president of the United States the last president of the Republic. United States Incorporated. I'm messing with y'all less and less every day. Every day I'm removing my consent in a different way. Y'all some criminals, colonizers, oppressizers, and you don't love people, you're not saving grandma, and you got everybody walking around in face diapers. I have zero interest in anything y'all talking about what you're doing. So I'm an observer of the plantation. I'm not a team. I just observe. So I know which way to run. Good morning, good morning. What song? Great Christ, who you talking to? It's like candy. I wanna know, do you feel it too? Are you about to get that thing in your backside? Bill Gates ain't gonna kiss you. What happened is Bill Gates and Fauci just got the inner city. They own it now. They own the inner city. They own the trailer parks. You can see the plan laying out. They own the Appalachian Mountains. Anywhere poor people surveys, somebody can't pay their bills. If they need a stimulus check, you are now bought. We told you this was coming. You got to do whatever the corporations in power tell you to. All right, you got to take whatever product that they need to give you. And I'm not even sure I can say the name of it anymore. We have gone so far down this road. But I shifted. I'm over on Parlay now. Is it called Parlay or Parlor? Parlay. We over there parlaying. That's the only place you can have a real conversation. You can't have no real conversation on colonizer book because everything's so daggone censored. And they're gonna censor Parlay too. That has nothing to do with Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg. It has to do with the fact that on the plantation you're not allowed to tell the truth. And once you get big enough, that plantation gonna come shut down your truth. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Where's YouTube at? YouTube, where the hell y'all at? Hang on. Let me go grab YouTube. I didn't put the code in to bring up the commentary. Good morning. How y'all doing? Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, it's called Parlay. Parlay. Thank you there, Mike. Parlay. Parlay, where you can talk. You can talk. But on the plantation, you're not allowed to talk. They got to censor your talk. But I do appreciate not being a Russian bot no more. I appreciate that, y'all. Magically, poof. Nah, he's not a Russian bot no more. Why? Because your criminals won. Although I like it best, which is probably where we need to start this morning with Lee Camp. He said it best. He said, which psychotic, child trafficking, pedophile who took pictures with Ghislaine won your election? Which one? I don't really care. And it looks like Donald Trump is making some headway. Look like he's coming back. They're starting to make progress on the legal fight, and doesn't matter who wins, people. Does not matter who wins. So Facebook, you can hit me all you want. He's talking about election observation or obstruction or something, whatever the hell y'all call that mess. I don't care nothing about your colonized elections. Not my interest at all. Whew, all right. Whew, that was a lot. That was a mouthful. Let me get started. YouTube should be in. YouTube is in. Let me see. I shared it on Facebook. Stimulus candy, but what for? You're not paying attention. You're not going to know. You don't know by now. You'll never. If you don't know me by now, Bill Gates, you will never ever ever know. He was in Africa doing this. Now he's gonna do it here. Good morning, everybody. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Where is that change the music? We'll get started. Good morning. Whew. Silliness. Oh, you gotta come with silliness. Whoever posted that, you have to have silliness and end of the world. Whew. It's about to get thick, y'all. Oh, it's about to get thick. It's about to get thick, and you need to get yourself a end of the world buddy. End of the world. Beginning of the new world, though. End of the world buddy. Beginning of the new world buddy. Pick your buddies well. All right, let me change the music. Let's start a little bit of a talky talk. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Everybody okay? Everybody could not hurt anybody but early this. How they say people get butt hurt and telling the truth. That's okay. It's good to be butt hurt in a certain kind of way. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Bofon is in the house. And Tristan, Amanda, Mike. I want candy. Mike, you do not want this kind of candy, because in order to get that stimulus candy, you're going to have to go along with the prominent corporations at a time. Whatever their product is, they will be able to make you ingest it. And without saying the name of it, if that product has human tissue in it, infant tissue, or that's called cannibalism, your body's ingesting it. Bad idea just to get a stimulus check. That's not candy. It's like candy. That's what he says, like candy. Or it's got animal tissue. And you don't want to trust that the animal tissue's viruses are dormant. This is what people have to do to keep getting that stimulus check. And we said this. You know what? Hang on. Let me find the who put this? I think Ron Paul put this on blast. Where's the link here? It's just Jim Crow all over again. That's all it is. It's Jim. We told you this. We told you this. All they're gonna do is you're gonna jump out the frying pan into the fire. Donald Trump was no walk in the park. He was absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now stop that. I got Trump voters all over. He was not no walk in the park. You know that man had problems. With this man. Whew, Lord have mercy. I know. I told y'all to read Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow. This man knows how to write systemic coding into legislation, so you don't think it's for you, but it's for you. Let me find this. Here you go, right here. Here you go. Whoo, what a day. What a day. It's raining. It's cold as hell, too. They're playing with them weather machines. I know so many people who are cheering, we're back in the French Climate Accords. Oh, Lord have mercy. Stop with emotions. Stop with emotions. The billionaires never have candy for you. It's never candy. It's a dang line. It's a dang line. That's what it is. Never candy. Never gonna be what you want. Here you go right here. Systemic, social, economic codes going in now. They're already plotting and they're planning it. CIA is included. CIA, I need you to come get my back. You're supposed to be there for me. FBI, Homeland Security, you're supposed to come get our back. Y'all took oaths. Oaths you have sworn. What is the name of that movie where they had the battle cry? And he said, Men of Minas Tirith, Lord of the Rings, men of Minas Tirith, oaths you have taken, and women too. Y'all took oaths to the citizens. Y'all took oaths to the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and America, not to the United States Incorporated, not to billionaires, not to Gates, and damn sure not to put some damn Jim Crow and black codes back in. So look, let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. And basically what they're doing is they're turning the inner cities into the military. Now they test on the military all the time. They test on the poor people. Well, I guess to a degree, I control myself and say, but Gerard, You know they've been testing on poor people a long time. Yeah, well, I know they've been testing on Africa. I know that. All over Africa, they running like hell from that man. And the black Americans can't wait, and the white poor Americans, the liberals, and whatever, they can't wait for that man to help them. And they said, yeah, they've been testing on poor people a long time all over the world. I said, no, in America. Because who do you think signs up for the test? They used to take out them classified ads. Do they still do that? They take out a classified ad for $500. We're gonna inject you with something, and you sign this waiver that you can't sue. You know, wealthy people didn't do that. Rich people didn't do that. Never responded to that ad. The upper middle class never responded to that ad. The middle class never responded. The low middle class had enough sense, enough money not to respond to that ad. They didn't need that $500. It was the poor. They've been testing on the poor a long time, but this is just legislation to guarantee they can do it. What is my dream? Oh, that's you kind of putting the cart a little bit before the horse, Miss Carol. My dream is that we Martin Luther King. I'm gonna invoke Martin Luther King. See if it fits in here. My dream is little black children, little white children get together, not fight in the streets over flags and movements and struggles that actually have nothing to do with them. That's my dream. My dream is that we as the adults take it on the chin and give the next generation everything that they deserve. And the only way we're gonna get there is if we all come together. The only way we all gonna come together is we look at Jim Crow and the black codes, which are now the black, white, Asian, green, yellow, blue, Hispanic, and everybody else in America codes. They ain't got no money. And say this is a bad idea. No matter who the president is. So that's what happened. Hang on, let's get there. We're gonna talk about the details. I'm not sure who posted. I want to say this came from a I don't know if it was Lee Camp or brother Ron Paul, who actually is no longer he's being banned on Facebook in different ways. Do you really think he's racist if they ban it on Facebook, y'all? I've been following Ron Paul a long time. That man has always stood up for poor people, which is why I always got his back when y'all call him racist. See it right here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Hashtag that's what she said. All right, they got mushrooms for that. They ain't got to be big now. It can be little as it want to be. All right, long story. You have to watch the whole video. The document co-written by CIA, Intel, Inqutel, Luciana Borio, recently appointed to the Biden's COVID coocoovirus 19 task force, recommends linking coocoovirus, that word that I can't say starts with a V, with food security rent assistance. And want to not be homeless or feed your family? Guess you will have to get an experimental V word. You know what that is called, people? We've seen this before. That's called the black codes. But for a better word for that, it's called poor codes. It means in order for poor people to have the bare necessities that they need, they have to subject themselves to whatever corporations' products those corporations want to sell. Oh, disappeared on me. Hang on. This is insanity. This is insanity, but we said this was coming. Right? That is how this works. They give you candy, you get used to it, you sit at home and you think, yeah, this is just about Donald Trump, get Donald Trump out. Like, no, this was all about a whole lot more. Now you got all these people who didn't have, how'd they say it before? Most people were $500 away from financial ruin. You shut them down for months and then you give them a stimulus, and now they need that. They don't have the job, the business closed up or their business failed. They can't go back to that job, things done move on, now they need a stimulus check. Now you take that stimulus and you say, now in order to get candy, this is what we gotta do. We gotta stick this in you. That's the black codes. That's the black codes. Because define what you're doing is you're targeting a certain community that you wanna make profit from. The only difference right now is that you got poor whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, everybody of every single color all over the poor communities have no choice. And I think a lot of middle class too, a lot of middle class that are riding. I don't exclude them either. They're riding because a lot of this was just about getting rid of the middle class. Right? They were like, yay, we're gonna have communism. We're gonna get rid of the middle class. Like, I think there was a secret agenda that nobody covered me on the email. Nobody CC'd me on the email. that you were going to just walk around in face diapers and destroy the middle class, and it was going to somehow reboot, and they were going to give you some candy called communism, socialism, where everybody's equal, get everything you want. No, baby. Corporations are a whole lot more equal. Obviously, cronyism, like I said before, cronyism doesn't give two damns about your capitalism, your communism, or your socialism. He who has the purse, he who prints the money, gets to determine who gets it up the booty cheek. And that happens to be us. And anybody that's on that stimulus, right now is a good idea to learn how to make something. Unless you want to be injected. Oh, Lord have mercy. It is Friday the 13th too. Look, and you know what? And that'll come from Deanna Lou. That's the mushroom lady. That's exactly who that'll come from. The bearer of bad news. You know what? You're going to have to talk a little bit less, Deanna. She always bringing something negative. A mushroom that removes man as a required entity on the planet, and now it's Friday the 13th. Damn it, this show is. All right, listen, my name is Gerard. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day. I'm ahead for my mountain I'm ahead for a cabin in the hills. So look at this, outside of going through further detail in that. But y'all understand what I'm saying? So now people who are required to get this candy, they can make them do anything they want to do. This is insanity, people. This is insane, but this is where we are. And it doesn't matter if they flip-flop it and it goes back to Trump or Biden. It's insignificant. This is what they have to do. They destroyed the world. And it was always an intent, all fiat currencies collapse. So we're going to leave it there. I'm going to do some comments on that, and we'll get to moving on. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Sandy, Diane up in the house. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How your grandmama doing? Hopefully your grandmama's alive and you eating the greens that she told you to eat, so you don't have to worry about no damn coocoovirus, so you can make something, get out there and make sure you can provide for yourself so these people don't walk you back on that plantation. You gotta Mike said he's got to reboot every time he comments. Yeah, they do that. That's called what's that called? Not social banning. That thing that they do. They don't like the slaves to talk to other slaves on the plantation because they know Mike is a slave like me. We ain't really good slaves. We always plotting, trying to figure out how to make a shank. Next time Massa come, where my slave hat at? Damn it, we done got Jim Crow. I found my slave hat the other day, yo. Look at this. I'm good to go. I already knew y'all was gonna vote for Biden. Well, some of y'all, not everybody. But the thing is, I'd have to wear this too, even if Trump wins, because what's coming is coming. It's a 0.01% that globally owns every damn thing. Doesn't matter who's in your government. Slavery was always coming back. Always coming back. They make too much. Shadow ban. There you go. Who Leaf does he? Thank you. It's called shadow banning. Take this slave hat off. I got it. I found it. That's my joke right there. I put that every time anytime somebody start telling me some slave stuff, I'm gonna put that hat on. That's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna make that thing right here. Every time somebody's gonna get that shuffling, jiving, shucking, and all of that stuff, that Uncle Tom type thing. Anytime y'all do that, and they come in all kind of colors nowadays: black, white, green, yellow. But shucking and jiving against the human race, not any particular race. I'm gonna keep that hat around just as some slaves come around here. Love the slaves to death, though. Our goal is to wake people up. That's the best thing we can do. All right. Shadow banning. Right, so they can shadow ban you. I get that too when I go on certain feeds and you post something, you comment, you got to go out, come back in. I get on Dell Big Tree all the time. Every time I make a comment, I either have to go out, come back in, or I got to wait 20 seconds before the screen comes back. They do that. And that's what they're supposed to do. We voted for this. We cheered for this. Ooh, I got to play some Max Egan today. Max Egan had an awesome talk. It only lasted about 8 minutes. We're going to go through the whole damn thing. All right. I don't even know where to start. So much I want to go through. Good morning, everybody. Yep, easy pass for Joe. Everyone G. Well, that's right, Christine. That's why they picked him. His resume was encoding in the law ways to affect certain communities without having to list the name of the community you want to infect or affect, right? Big corporations, they need guinea pigs. They need guinea pigs, and this is crony capitalism, right? The bigger it gets, the more guinea pigs they need, the more drugs they make, the more they need to test on, and finally get to a point where the third world's not enough. They need to find some people outside of the medical professionals, the nurses, the doctors, the military, the children, all of those who've always had these forced programs. Now they want to do it to the whole world. But they got to experiment on the poorest communities first. So the first step inside of, my country is going to be the poor people. right? So they need that stimulus, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to have a whole another probably 50 to 100 million. How many poor people in the United States? It's probably everybody. It's probably everybody. Everybody who needs that stimulus. In order to buy or sell, you will be required to have the mark of the beast. But not only that, does anybody think it's going to stop there? That's why I like history. I like to look back at history and kind of question where are we and where are we going. Because you remember when the whole terrorist thing happened, 9/11, buildings, they came and attacked us for our freedoms. They attacked us for our freedom. They hated us for our freedoms. And he said, we're going to temporarily give you something called the TSA, and it's going to make you safe on the airplanes. TSA is still there. I still go to the airport. People still grabbing my butt, touching things they ain't supposed to be touching, getting aggressified and taking pictures and putting them in databases. They're not going to stop with getting you just this one, right? Because this one V word that they're going to give you, they've already said that it's probably not going to be effective enough. Another one, maybe even quarterly. And then you're going to have another company come in with another one, and another company come with another one. You got to go to work. You got to go to work. You have no choice. And that's another one. The concerts. Who was it? Ticketmaster? Did y'all see the Ticketmaster one? Ticketmaster said that you're going to have to, before you go to a convention or concert, you're going to have to show your papers. Paper splash. We have to see that you have taken and ingested, laboratory made, whatever, from any corporation that's empowered America. So now to have a job, to even go to a conference, that's what I used to do in corporate America. I used to go to them conferences. Oh, the ones down in Las Vegas were fun. I never went to class. I went down to, and my boss would call me, how's the conference going? Oh man, man, wait till I get back. I'm at the bar. All right, anyway, let me stop. And this is what they're gonna do, right? You know, the first step is try to get as many people as possible in the experiment and, you know, get as many as you can. And after the rest, then they'll do the forced. But the first version won't be forced. It'll be the people that they fooled. It'll be the poor people. And then eventually the people who want to have jobs, the people who want to drive cars. And now everybody done got it. And they're going to be okay with you getting it too. But that's how all that works. All right. Yes, this is silliness. It's silliness, Michael, to a certain degree. It's actually very dark. I'm laughing because I'm a wave energy creature thing. And they actually can't kill me. I go back to energy, another dimension, heaven, whatever you want to call it, and I come back. How frequent are Friday the 13th? I have no idea, Guyan, UNSTV, but it's today, and we need to stop with Friday the 13th. We need to stop scaring the hell out of everybody. Speaking of scaring the hell out of everybody, y'all need to stop with this face app. I was getting serious. I saw the Black Codes this morning. I saw Jim Crow Joe did what we knew he was going to do. He going to wrote his Jim Crow, and the people were fooled. They thought it was candy. And guess what I ran into? Y'all bastards. I was getting serious, like, oh, it's about to get deep. And of course, I don't know who did this one, harsh or both. I don't know why y'all messing with me. I have no idea. Cause they say, oh, how come you don't get Gerard with Face App? You know they've been getting me for the past 3 damn years. I was target number 1 of this psycho nut path guy called Beaufont, always making these things. Look at this. This actually was pretty funny. Not really, sort of, kind of. I don't know. Like, you know, this is what they do. They take your face, and it didn't even look. I don't even think that looks like me. No, I'm not gonna play the music. Nope, not gonna, because you get a copyright strike. Oh, that one kind of looked like me. I don't know. Like I said last night, there's about 3-4 brown people around here, and I don't know. That could be harsh because it kind of got hard. Yeah, it could be. Could be well a little bit. I think that's a video. I don't know. I don't follow entertainment. This is the worst one right here. This is the problem. This right here. Look at this. This is a problem. You cannot do. This is a mistake. Did he have armpit hair? No armpit hair. That's not me. Although I will say this, I can get it. I can get it. Elaine said, oh, you know what? I thought you'd make a pretty cross-dresser. No, I don't. Listen. That whatever that is not ugly, but it ain't cute neither. It ain't ugly, but it ain't cute neither. What got me was the cleavage, these things. Like, I'm looking like, And I gotta look at the face again like, oh. I see that every damn morning. No. I don't know. They'd have to be very dark. It would have to be, Elaine, it would just have to ain't no kissing, it'd be very dark. It has to be very, we're gonna need a bag or something. Can we get 2 bags, face diaper or something? Because they got a mustache and that's not even me. It's the mustache, it's the Fu Manchu. I don't have a Fu Manchu. I don't think that's me. No, I think they messed up. I think to Harsh, he got that brown skin. He probably think we all look alike, so he probably. Oh my God. All right. So I saw that while I was thinking about the black codes, and that kind of made me laugh a little bit, which is why it's good. It's the funnest end of the world. But the candy is not free, people. The candy is not free. Ooh, I gotta take you somewhere. I do want to take you somewhere. Someone is censoring me. Was Carol Harrison, if somebody's censoring you, that means that you were saying something important. Say more of it, please, but you're gonna have to move to another platform to keep saying it. All right, no affordable housing available, stacked housing development going up like crazy. Yes, Verna, which is what they want. They did that during the Great Depression. It was a land grab, right? It was a corporation and a land grab. International billionaires swooped up after they did a run on the credit, and they swooped up corporations for pennies on the dollar, as it said. They did the same thing right now. The only thing right now is that people think it's a coup. Well, it's something out there. So I'm not a there's nothing out there person. I am not the common cold person per se. Right? There's some jump in gain and function, and I know people who died. I now finally know people whose family members died. So there's something out there. But the answer is not face diapers and hide in the house. That's not the answer. The answer isn't kill other people who don't have lockdown privilege because you're not trapped with an abusive man or abusive parents, or you don't have a house to live in, right? You can't use your supremacy and your privilege to let other people die because you're scared to eat organic food and smoothies and bananas, which is why part of my message. Listen, a lot of people die. We need less people to die. And the only way that's going to happen is not by trusting no damn Bill Gates out there testing on people all over Africa. Right? Because you always wanted to come to America to test on people. That's not the answer. The answer is not to go to the 0.01% that kill more people than people's killed people since people kill people in malaria and trust them for a cure. That's called stupid. That's more free candy. That candy is not free. Those people are not here to help you. All right? I'm getting my lunch. It's noisy getting my lunch. Hold on. BPA makes a lot of noise. Well, actually, it's breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast yet. I meditate for breakfast. Oh, good Lord. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. It's a banana. You know, you share. How much you had? Dang, that's a rough one. Look at that. He ain't seen better days. Look at that. You're gonna put that in your mouth? Are you gonna put a Cinnabon in yours? Do you put Twinkies in yours and donuts? Do you know what sugar is? You know that's a carcinogen? There's only natural sugar in here. Anyway, extortion. Yes, Christ Henderson. They want to extort you, which, PJ. PJ had a great post. Hang on. PJ Hooks. This is why I get down with y'all. I can't live in the fake world. I live in the real world. Hang on. PJ Hook had a good point. We were off in a side discussion while people were trying to figure out whether or not the black codes were coming back. Here they are. PJ, he said it's BS. And basically he kind of went through what they're doing in Canada, and they do it to the Native American populations. And his suspicion, which I kind of agree with, is that they want to shut off your spirituality. They want to shut off your connection. And I think that makes some sense. Because I, for the life of me, can't figure out why you want to take, you only got 26,000 genes, right? Why do you think that modifying them will cure people from a natural part of the human immune system and extension? It's called a virus. Why in the world do people think that you got 26,000 genes, you've been here for millions of years, these genes do all kind of things, that they're going to modify your DNA and cure you from a gain in function in the common cold? See, to me, there's something a little more nefarious. And his point was, yeah, they're coming for your spirituality. They're going to shut you off your connection to soul, your connection to God, your connection to whatever it is. And I don't know that to be true. It just makes no damn sense. If they're altering DNA instead of telling people to eat some damn bananas, eat deep leafy greens, eat organic food, stop eating poison, grow some of your own food, stop stressing your wife out, stop stressing your husband out. Your immune system works when you don't work in a corporate environment for 60 hours out the week. These are all great solutions for boosting your immune system so the cold doesn't kill you. And these are all free solutions. Food is literally free. This is literally free except for the fact that it comes from probably Chiquita banana. It's got a sticker on it. And that was not free. A lot of people in Colombia died for this banana because they stole that land. They got caught in court doing it. So the point was, let me get down to it. Get down. And he thinks they want to cut off our communication, our spirituality. And I have to agree with the brother because he ain't got no reason to lie to me. And so I think about it in terms of, what is the first thing an abusive man does to some woman he wants to abuse? Who he wants to marry? She ain't figured it out yet. They get married and he ups and moves them out of Dodge, right? Moves her away from her family. Why? Because you got to cut off that connection to abuse people effectively, right? She's still connected to her brother. She's still connected to her mother. She's still connected to the father. She's still connected to her aunts and uncles and the people that love her and her friends who aren't gonna let you abuse her. So he'll take her to another town. They still do this. They don't do as much as they used to. Cut her off from her family. Make sure she doesn't have a job. She's got to sit at home. And so the only powerful one in her life is him. And then he can effectively abuse her. And if you want to invade a nation, it's the first thing you do. You cut off their communication. You blow out the power plants. You jam the radar. You jam signals so nobody can come help them. We do that all the damn time when we invade nations. And if you want to actually control and own a planet, and people are starting to realize that maybe they are vibrational creatures, that they're gods and goddesses, they have this connection to soul or Christ or God or whatever you want to call it, the first thing you need to do is shut off that communication. And that could be a lot of things, right? It may not even be the V word. It could be 5G, or 4 plus 1G. Or it could be the 6G, which I think you can say 6G. Can we say 6G? YouTube, Facebook, y'all gonna delete me? Because China is done. That's new. That's more news. China is done. China is finished with 6G. They ready to go. And then they said they ready to go. So now we trying to figure out how the hell we gonna live through 4 plus 1, 60 gigahertz waves going through our body every 2 inches. And now they got 6. You have to love the 0.01%. Them boys know how to squabble. They're not here to play. They got us going this way, that way, fight this, do this. Donald Trump's racist. This, that. Donald Trump's saving kids from pedophiles. And everybody's fighting over crazy coocoovirus. And the next thing you know, now you got 6G. And isn't that what they're putting up on them satellites? 4 plus 1G. And they're beaming it down. And maybe that's the shield shutting human beings off to communicating with something greater. Anything is possible. I have no damn idea what's going on. I'm not here to tell nobody nothing. I don't know nothing. All I'm saying is we in trouble. We in trouble. And they brought the black coats back, put them in front of your face for everybody. Get that stimulus check. And then you could have other corporations come in. Require that you have a digital dollar. Require that you get the RFID. Oh, that was the other thing. PJ said that, and I was thinking about that. So who was the doctor who was explaining how the injection, because I can't even use the words, the injection, it would allow them to know your heart rate, your blood pressure, and all these things that are going on in your body, all this information. So I was thinking, DNA memory, right? Like transgenerationally through epigenetics, all this DNA is handed down. Cellular memory, DNA memory. We know we keep memories from the past. That's been proven in science, not science. What if they're shutting off a connection to the past? What if they figure out they found the genes where they actually could cut off your ability to have these memories of the past that get handed down? Could be. I don't know. What if it's just a means of tapping into those memories? What if there is DNA and they figure out how to access that memory the same way they got that video, the software that they can put this EKG-like thing machine on your head and they can make videos of your memories? Remember that? That was creepy as hell. It was about 2 years ago that they made that public that I knew of. What if they're just reading your genetic information, your historical lineage, the information passed down, what your ancestors knew and tried to pass to you before we can? Right. They say that you can store the entire internet on DNA that could fit in the back of a car, that DNA stores that much information, that all this gets passed down. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna convince anybody I do. I just know we in trouble. We ain't got time for this division. That's what I know. We ain't got time for subhuman groups. Oh, let's jump over. I done spent the first hour and a half ranting, running my mouth. I gotta show Max. Oh, he was dropping major bombs on this one. Love me some Maxie. Well, he ain't here to play. He's been saying this the whole time. The whole damn time. Love this man.
Okay, so I want to show you this really great solar-powered floodlight that's 100% wireless.
I want that. What's my favorite song? Carol Harrison. And you're welcome, by the way. That's a new name. I don't think I have a favorite song. I don't think I have a favorite. Yes, yeah, and people will tell you, yes, because he don't know the words. That's why. And if he has a favorite song, he doesn't even remember the name of it because he don't even know the words. He get on this every single morning, start singing things, he don't even know the words. Check out this.
Theory anymore. Yeah, there's a conspiracy. There's people behind closed doors doing very bad things. Every problem is an opportunity, and this is a huge opportunity for us to address this corruption because the corruption is obvious. Look what they do to us. They're doing all sorts of things to us, folks, and this financial system is just eating up the planet. See, that's the thing, the financial system is the head of the snake. So this is our life, this is our society, this is what we go through. We just have this society that does this to us. The answers lie with us. It's all to do with us. Every problem that we face is to do with us, and we can solve the whole lot. The economy is what it's all about. We're taught that the economy is all important. That's what all of our societies are based on. Politicians get praised for supporting the economy, for improving the economy. It's all about the economic model. And this is how we've built our prison. Because we are the ones who have built our own prison. We can blame the system all we want. And sure, the system is a lot to blame, but it's our participation in the system. What we've done through
our participation in the system. The man's dropping major truth bombs on this one. I don't know how I'm gonna get through it without stopping him. We live in a great opportunistic time, right? Like we live in a time where the corruption is so obvious, the Jim Crow, the black code, the oppression is so obvious, and it's coming from all sides. The lack of respect for human life, consciousness, your body, your children, they're building concentration camps, the quarantine, all it's obvious across the world. They don't give two damns about you nor the millions of people who died from the lockdowns. The corruption is so obvious and in your face, they don't give two damns about you. So we live in a great, positive, opportunistic time where it's not a conspiracy anymore. You can go back to the New World Order was a conspiracy. It's not. It's in your face now. Now we know that there are a global few who control these world's governments because they got them all down on their knees. So we live in a great time. And the other beautiful thing he said is that, and you also need to stop blaming other people. Because it's not about other people. It's about you. You built this prison. I built this prison. We continue to engage in a system that requires we be inmates. We built this system. You know, we can blame the system because the system is how it works, right? These things are systematic, like the black codes, like the white codes and the religion codes, and that was my example to my brother about systematic coding, right? Donald Trump got in, and like every conservative legislator, what did they do? They passed systematic religious coding where they didn't write Christian in, but they did things to give them more freedoms or more power or more control. They just don't call it that. So this is when people talk about systemic racism, and this is my point to my family member, which was that you have systemic everything. You know, they don't want it to seem partial, so they don't put the names in it. They just code the law so that it affects certain communities, and that's what Biden, Jim Crow Joe is good at. That's why he's in there. Another good example would be marijuana. Marijuana. I like to say marijuana. Never smoked it, but I like how it's marijuana. They were going after migrants at the time. They were going after Mexicans at the time. There's a whole lot of stuff that's around cannabis and marijuana, and corporations agreed. There's a whole lot of that stuff, and paper mills and big oil and pharmaceutical, all of that's in there too. But also it was something that the Mexicans used to smoke a lot. And they needed ways for throwing them in prison. They need like black codes, right? When slavery ended, they need to make sure that you couldn't walk off the plantation, go buy some land and take your skill set and be free. So they would say things like, well, if you don't have a job, you have to work on a plantation, right? And they would take you onto these working farms. And that's how they kept slavery going for a long time. Just like today, it didn't stop. Nobody was emancipated. And that's what the black codes were. That's where we are today. And this is what's happening right now, is they're encoding in ways to affect certain communities, criminal, illegal, foul things, without having to say, this is for poor people so we can make guinea pigs for big pharma, right? So we did this. We engage in the economic system, which allows them to have control over our lives, right? They've separated us from survival. We don't have the land, we don't have the food, we don't have the water, so we can't be free. So the only one who can fix this is us, right? We can blame the system because it is a system. But until we stop engaging in it, we're still putting, we're shining the bars and cleaning the floors and making and building new cells for our children and teaching them it's a good idea to have a forced labor system where every child is born a slave and born to debts that they have to pay back that they owe to other children who are born in the 0.01% families that our kids never even used.
The education system, we've been given a misguided perspective of success, and in this way we've built our own prison. And now we've got this meme which basically enslaves us, but it's just an idea. The whole system is just an idea.
The whole system's just an idea and it's fake. You hit the education system. How does that fit in? This is almost like a summary of every damn thing we talked about for 6 years since I've been doing this. Right? The education system, right? Kids are born and we're taught that success is having things that other people don't have. And like Sadhguru says, my guru, he says, teaching people success is bragging about things that other people don't have. And just because you don't do that, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, I got this, you don't. But you just post a picture on Instagram. You just post a picture on Facebook. You just post your location. You just post your story. It's the same damn thing. Like, I got this and you don't, I'm better than you, right? And the whole education system is about that. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, make more money, be better than the poor people, and post it on TikTok, Instagram, Pick the Chat, and all this other crazy, crappy stuff, right? We got to get out of that mindset. That's not success. That is a mental illness. We literally have a society with an economic structure that's based on people taking pride in things that people who don't even have tennis shoes or food have.
Government is just an idea. Government isn't real. It's an idea that people write in books. And men with expensive suits go to these buildings and they do what it says in the book. And if they haven't got a way of extracting more wealth from you, they just write it in the book. And they put a rubber stamp on it and they call it law and we all go along with it. But it's just an idea. It's just an idea. It's not real. But we currently discard humanity in order to support this economic model.
We discard humanity to support the economic model. We're broken up into all these little ignorant subgroups and identities, so we can't come together and just walk away from the system. It's an idea. It is only an idea. How do you fight an idea? How do you fight the idea of, well, let's think about that. How do you fight a belief system? Because that's an idea. You stop believing it. That's all you gotta do. You stop believing it. And it just, poof, goes away, because it's not real. The 0.01, the 0.01%, their perceived ownership of the entire planet, all the technology, the patents, and all of this is perceived. We give them that. We believe in them, and we believe it's theirs, not for the use of everything on the planet. The planet is the ecosystem. The bears, the bees, the monkeys, the slugs, the humans, they all need access to the ecosystems, but we believe that the people with the most jewels should have more access than we do. And we engage in economic system. All right, I'm gonna try to do comments as I go down. We're gonna try to get through this. There's a whole lot to get through. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Shatita Young. I am moving to other platforms for sure. Where y'all moving to? Well, Shatita, right now, I just moved to Parler yesterday. I was always on BitChute. I upload I'd say 2 videos a week. You know, I kind of do the video here, and if it gets a lot of support, something interesting might have really happened, so I uploaded to BitChute. I'm on Minds. I have Twitter, still didn't figure out how to use it. I don't call it twitting anymore. I call it tweeting. I understand that every now and then I post something. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where I'm at right now. And you're gonna have to follow me in other places. I'm over on my website is imhumanx.com. And if you've got a website, please post your website now. That's a cue for people to follow you over there. Or if you do live streams, you have to follow each other. You got to be a family. You can't just be connected to me. Because you're not connected if you're connected to me. Anybody that you raise up as a connection point to other people, that's the single point of failure. Don't make me your single point of failure to all these people. Right? Because if you do that, all they got to do is give me some of that Bob Marley foot cancer. I don't want the Bob Marley foot cancer, y'all. Do y'all love me? I don't know why that's funny. It's not funny. Somebody posted that a minute ago, last week. They have a new compound. They just touch you and you die. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that happening. I'm not sure that I'm ready. Give me a minute. Before I die, I want to make a last live stream or something. Have a little fun. They can just touch me and I'm dead. Please, y'all don't do that to me. Why would y'all do that to me? I ain't done nothing to you. I mean, I caught you in some lies, but you caught me in lies too. We're growing together. Don't make me a single point of failure. They're gonna kill me. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Just know it's not time for leaders and followers. Nobody should be following me, and you should not be letting nobody lead you. You are a god or a goddess. You, greater things thine hath done, you shall do. You have no business following nobody else in a face diaper. Because I still got to wear a face diaper every now and then. Why the hell would you follow somebody in a face diaper? I had something to say and I forgot what I was going to say. I was thinking about the majority of people in this country letting somebody lead them in a black face diaper. We're in so much trouble. What was I going to say? Other websites, go follow other people. Single points of failure. Don't let anybody single point of failure. Bob Marley foot cancer. All you got. Oh, right. So I was in a conversation this morning. And the sister was telling me, like, yeah, you're good to go. Sister over in Germany. I try not to put people on blast. You're good to go because you're a vegetarian. You got a good immune system, da-da-da-da-da. Because at her facility, they got their first coocoovirus patient. I call it coocoovirus, not because I don't think it exists, but because it's making everybody damn cuckoo. That's why I call it coocoovirus. And I knew this was going to happen because I worked in Big Pharma. So, and they made me cuckoo. So she said, well, you're good because you're a vegetarian. Your immune system works and da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, it does work. But they got bioweapons. And if I were them, which I like to do, I like to put myself in the 1% shoes every now and then. I can't drive their cars or their houses or nothing like that. Which is why I get on my brother all the time because he's just like, we got to do this for black people. And I'm just like, you're just all black people ain't created equal, first of all. I won't tell you the kind of car he drives. I will say anytime I walk too close to it, it's like, at first I thought it was just me. I'd walk that black car. Why that thing beep every time I walk by? This car runs a credit check on anybody that walks next to it. Oh yeah, no, not all black people. You got too much of that black privilege. You don't need to be talking about for white folk, or white supremacy, or privileges. None of that. You got a car that runs a credit check on me anytime I get close. I got in that car one time. We had a funeral, a wedding, or something. I got in that car. I said, "You're gonna have to get out, Negro." No, you're gonna have to get out this car. We just ran a credit check on this. This isn't gonna work. He said, Gerard, can you pull my car around? Get in there, turn the key. The lights go off. All right, let me stop. So what was he talking about? Oh, yes, no, they got bioweapons. They got bioweapons. You can have the best immune system on the planet. They've been building bioweapons. And you know what I would do? That's why I got there. If I was in the 0.01% and I ran a car that ran a credit check on all my white and black and yellow friends, when they got too close. Yeah, he didn't like that too much when I said. All right, anyway. I put myself in the 0.01% shoes every now and then. I would make sure I had a bioweapon that looked just like coocoovirus, and I would make sure that we did not isolate coocoovirus so nobody can catch me in a scam. And the minute I get half of y'all like scared of the air, face diapers, hide in the house, and the other half of y'all be like, it's fake, y'all, they just playing. And I'd release it at certain hospitals, not at others. So like, that's overrun. And the other one's like, no, it's not overrun because nobody's here. We're laying off people. And everybody be confused and everything. And I wait till a time like, man. And I get the real bioweapon out the lab. See, and this is why I'm not on the masked or unmasked side. I'm not on any side. I'm just like, people, be vigilant. These people have been playing this damn game with us for 3,000 years, all right? It's not white people, it's not men, it's not black people, it's not Christians, it's not Muslims, it's not people who live around oil or lithium that y'all want to rob and steal from. It is a 0.01%, and these people are methodical with what they do. Now's a time to be vigilant, not tribal on your own little ignorant side. Respect your neighbor, respect your brother's rights, the people around you. If they want to mat, let them mat. If they don't want it, don't let them. If they want to lock down, if you believe in lockdown, stay in your house. If you are immune compromised, please do not go out. Well, yes, you need to go outside. Get outside, get vitamin D3. But this whole idea that you can be walking in like very heavily populated places while somebody's playing with us, Like even part of one of my theories might be we're under a terrorist attack. And they just don't want to tell us, right? Because that's how they operate. So we could be under a terrorist attack and they're trying to catch people, but they can't admit that they can't catch these people, that they're even looking for them. You know, and you out walking around, bopping around in a face diaper thinking that you're safe, and you're not. You got COPD, lung disease, whatever, you need to hide. Till we figure out what the hell is going on. All right, let's keep going.
And that's what it's all about. Not many people ask themselves the question, why do I have to pay to live on the planet that I was born on? It's a really interesting thing, but we do. We have to pay to be alive. There's nowhere you can go to get away from this system. You've got to use the knowledge that you've got to confront the system. You've got to face it. Put down the fear and use your energy and face it. What we're dealing with here is something that's going on right around us right now.
Witches, they're real.
Who's gonna stop me?
Oh, witches are real.
These are strange new times.
This is just the start.
I ain't watch this. They don't do that neither. They don't fly brooms. Did you see that might be a good movie, but witches are real. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of them on here. So be nice to everybody, because you don't never know who's a witch or a warlock. I literally know a witch, y'all. She on here. She makes things happen with her mind. I kid you not. And then she doesn't know how to do it, which is why I told her, you need to be careful with this. Like, she makes people fall down. She doesn't mean to. She has dreams, and this happens to people at the wedding. Not that wedding, another wedding. There are people who have powers on this planet, y'all, and they don't know how to use them. Yeah, y'all remember the greatest American hero? Think about somebody who is a manifester. Greater things I have done, some of y'all will do in the future, but you won't know how the hell to do it right. I love her to death. Good sister on it. She's a witch. She makes stuff, we talk about it all the time. She makes stuff happen with her mind. And sometimes it's for her good, sometimes it's not for her good. Sometimes it's other people good, sometimes it's not. Witches are real. Please catch up. The Egyptians were not lying to you. The Aztecs were not lying to you. The Mayans were not lying to you. The Aborigines were not lying to you. The Greeks who wrote about the Greek gods were not lying to you. We have people who have powers and have no damn idea how to use them. We in danger.
We're going down all these rabbit holes looking for people to point the finger at. We're not looking at ourselves. We're not looking at what's happening around us. Every single problem that we face on this planet, whether
Stop. Oh, Tony said something. Damn it. It went up. Here's the problem is I try to watch the comments here and over here, and this is gone. Tony said something, oh, it's fantastic. And I didn't get the whole thing. He said that spirituality today is fake. A lot of people fake a lot of things, and he is not lying. He is telling the truth. You have a lot of people who faking witching, faking warlocking. But Tony, what I was looking at this morning, I'll post it. It's like the history of magic. It was awesome. It was awesome. It kind of went through, it came from a word magos, which came from the Middle Eastern area around Sumeria, and they had the Anunnaki and and so there are people who have powers, and those ancient people saw that. Some of them came out the sky, some of them did things they weren't supposed to. We used to be in tap with these things. We no longer are, or I'm not. I mean, you might, I want to be. It's not working. I've been meditating for almost 6 months now, trying to levitate. Like the monks did. The Tibetan monks, when the British government went over there and they were levitating rocks and they get in that circle. The British government, they brought out equipment. They were filming it to see if they could levitate the rock, and and the rock levitated. That stuff I ain't never done. I'm trying. I have friends who say that they do, but I don't believe them. I am the biggest cynic on the planet, but I believe all these things are possible. Because of the nocebo effect, the placebo effect, mind over matter is obviously real, but you have a lot of people faking the funk. And that's why in the scripture it said that, I might make this part up. I haven't read the Bible in a long time. I haven't read it through many times, but I have not read it in a long time. Something to the effect of spiritual gifts are given for the perfecting of the saints, right? Spiritual gifts aren't given so you can post on Instagram. Spiritual gifts are not given so you can have more friends and get people to like you, right? There are a lot of people faking the funk. And so, I can levitate. Okay, I'm gonna have to see you doing some levin and some tating. Other than that, I just sit back and all right, keep going. This is deep though. It's deep what Tony said, which is very true. There's a lot of people faking the funk. Do not follow a prophet unless it really happens. Like the Bible story. I got a lot of Bible people around here. The Bible story about the and I believe these scriptures. I believe the scriptures. I don't believe they always got it right. I don't believe it's the word of God, nothing like that. But I believe that ancient people wrote things down, and we like to take things and put them in books and pretend that we know what they were talking about. And then we throw other scriptures out. But there was one where he said, who is this? Who is this? It's Lori. It's Cuss Church here. My friends go to Cuss Church. So who was the guy and God said, listen, dummy, get your spear, go to war. And he said, I don't know that you God. How do I know that you God? And God said, he said, if you're God and I'm supposed to go to war, you need to make my mat outside my door wet and it's dry in the desert. Right? He went in the house, slept, woke up, and it was wet on the outside, on the top. He said, okay, well, you know what, you got me there, but you know what, somebody could have peed on that or something. So if you want me to go to war, you need to make the bottom of the mat wet. And we do. We went to sleep, woke up, and came out there, turned the mat up. Oh, damn it. Test people. Test them. I'm a tester. Okay, you can fly, you can get that. I'm gonna see you get that broom, do some flying. But anyway, point is, a lot of faking people. There are people with powers who got prophetic powers and all this stuff, but if they say that they are, you need to test them. Or don't waste your time. Test them or don't waste your time.
Whether it's pollution, whether it's homelessness, whether it's Fukushima, that I showed you before, whether it's coal seam gas mining, doesn't matter what it is. Whether it's the corporate rape of the Amazon, doesn't matter what it is, all of it happens because of legislation that's put in place by governments. And the governments get away with doing this because we live in disunited, disempowered communities because we've been trained to be that way. We're caught on this economic treadmill, running around judging ourselves by social and economic parameters, measuring each other by the size of our front doors and what type of car we drive, what we look like, what we dress like, what our rung on the social ladder is, and it's all fiction. It's all parameters that have been put in place by other people to keep us divided, keep us squabbling with each other. And people have to understand there's been a series of steps that have brought us to this point. In this culture, there's this all or nothing kind of mentality. I'm an anarchist, therefore I want total anarchy. We've got to crash the system today and we can all be free. won't work that way because a lot of people aren't ready for self-governance. We have.
Isn't that what we were talking about? Yes, I want the system to collapse big time, pig time. But the problem is it makes me too much of a pig to want to collapse right now. Not everybody's ready. Because I'm ready, but they aren't ready. I can grow my own food. I can take care of myself. But most people can't. A lot of people live in cities and they're about to do this Jim Crow, black code, testing, medical, police state crap on them. And we need to free our people. We can't want something to collapse until we get their back. We got to get their back first, right? We've been trained in apathy, right? They've made us beasts of apathy from birth. Make as much as you can, get as much as you can. You can't take none of it with you, but it's a good idea to be in conflict, financial conflict, pushing people deeper in poverty because every dollar you make is a dollar you take, and the banks only print so much to keep everybody in conflict. And poverty is the worst violence that ever existed on the planet. They made us apathetic creatures. And it really gives a different twist to like bragging about things posted on Instagram if you really are picturing what I'm saying. We have to stop being in conflict with one another. We are one energy. We are all connected. We are one human race. We all get out of this together, or we all keep coming back to this silly planet, redoing it, trying to evolve these monkey creatures that they keep putting our wave creature spiritual energy thing in. All right, hang on. I'm going too fast. You're losing me. Wait a minute. You're losing me with this G. Losing you how? What are we missing, Amanda? What am I going too fast? I have to go fast. I drink coffee and caffeine, and I got slavery. I don't, I'm not in corporate America. I'm not trying to maximize my stealing from poor people in the hood and the Appalachian Mountains and Africa and Middle East and everywhere. But I try to keep it moving fast because people don't have too much time, Amanda, and I'm already here for 10 hours. Poverty is, yes it is, Victoria wrote, poverty is a weapon. So if that's what we're talking about, poverty is a weapon, right? And we weaponize children at birth, right? The banks give them debt, is what he was just saying. The kids have to pay a cost just for being born on earth, and that is evil as evil can be. So we literally take a weapon called the economy and we strap it to our children and make them pay for things that they don't know. We weaponize them from birth. And because they're weaponized, now they're fighting their friends that they go to kindergarten to get better grades so they can make more money and beat them out of what is abundant on the planet. This is the monopoly game that's been going for 3,000 years that we can stop now. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to everybody? Your talk about levitation and such. Oh, Amanda Honeycutt. Okay, all right, you missed a few. You got to keep up. You haven't been here in a minute. And we do we talk about every damn thing. We go through it. So, all right, I'm going to try to do this in 2 minutes. I never seen nobody levitate in my life. I had a friend actually who went to India and came back and said, you would not believe people over there can levitate. It's the craziest thing on the planet. The people on street corners in certain towns can do these things, right? And I was just like, what was his name? Foster. He actually was a saxophone player. If he ever comes around, his name was Foster Love Child. He had an album. Foster Love Child. And I was like, all right, Foster, okay. Mm-hmm. Me and the rest of my friends, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, okay. And then I ran into, there was a whistleblower from from Britain, right? They went to the Tibetan monks because the Tibetan monks had the ability to make rocks levitate. Add that with, they found the ancient tuning forks, and there were great theories. They found them all over Egypt, and they keep them hidden mostly from the public, except for a few in the public domain, and nobody knows what these tuning forks are for. And so they're saying that they use those tuning forks to lift or soften bricks to help build the pyramids. I don't know how true that is, but that's the thing. And then you have this old ancient structure. I'm going to say it's Thailand. Y'all know the structure. We used to do all this ancient archaeology a lot, Amanda. And they would say that the monk would come and build the temples with sound. They'd hear, and he'd lift these rocks up and built these big, massive temples. And so these stories are like, all over, can things levitate? Mind over matter is real. right? The placebo effect and the nocebo effect. And all these things begin to open my mind to what indoctrination closed them to, right? The possibility being there. There was another piece. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, I look at a lot of things, right? Women, right? Wives, where the car or the tractor would fall on their husband, and I don't know why, they could have just got some mushrooms, but they want to save his life, and they run out there, and this little housewife lifts up a tractor that weighs half a ton, and the husband comes out. And we know the human body, the tendons and the muscles would rip apart from half a ton worth of weight, but somehow this woman lifts a tractor, and this happened multiple times, in cars and trucks, off of the guy so he could get out. So how does that happen? Mind over matter. We have the ability to do things that we don't understand. We are all greater things I have done, you shall do. So I'm not saying that all of that is real for you. I do know there's a lot more going on than what we understand. I've had weird things happen. I've met weird people. A lot of things we think about we can manifest. All right, let me keep it going. Hopefully that answered it. And the ancients told us all about this stuff. We just denied it because a fourth grade teacher told us it's not true. If I were the 0.01%, the last thing I would want y'all thinking about is that y'all have powers, that you're not just a monkey with a tail and an entertainment system too close to your anus, right? I would teach you that you evolved from primordial goo and the hair fell off and the tail went up and this is all you are. You didn't come from greatness. You didn't come from great people. You're just an accident of nature. And history is showing that we're not an accident of nature. We come from great things that we simply don't understand. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say that I understand these things. I'm saying there's a heck of a lot more going on than Edgar Cayce, Einstein, Tesla, people who could do things that seemed fantastic. Jesus Christ, Yeshua Christ, as a good example. I'm not really, I don't consider myself Christian. I consider myself a follower of the teachings of Christ, but I follow the teachings of a lot of people, a lot of Sadhguru and the rest of them. Do we actually think that could somebody today say, you know what? Look, we don't run a scam. I'm gonna say I can walk on water, feed the masses, I can heal people by touching the hem of the garment, and I can do all these things. I'm just gonna go ahead and die, and I want y'all to change the whole world, pretending that I did these things and I really didn't do these things. Pretending that thousands of people came to my rallies and wasn't nobody there and the rallies didn't ever happen, right? There was something about Christ that we don't understand, Yeshua. There's something that we don't understand, right? He tapped into some things maybe Tesla did, maybe Einstein did, maybe Edgar Cayce did, all these people who did superhuman things. There was a great show called Stan Lee's Superhumans, right? We know that people have these abilities. We just don't understand it. So do we think that if we got the same brain in our head today as they had back then, do you think somebody today would get away with that? Let me get this straight. You want me to say that you walked on water? You want me to say that I raced to one of your rallies and I wanted to touch the hem of your garment and I'm not gonna get no money for this? I'm not gonna get a car, a house, for free. I'm gonna do better yet, because all the disciples, they killed all of them, didn't they? So and the pay for telling people that you done did these things is I'm gonna get hung. He's gonna get hung upside down. They're gonna put him in some fire. Those are our options. You see that? I don't think humans work that way. Because even if I was dumb enough to go along with it, you know what I would do? You know what? Just before they put me in the fire, all right, Gerard, you gonna get on in that fire because you can follow this Christ guy. Hey, look, hey, I was kidding. I was kidding. That fool ain't done nothing. No, he ain't done nothing. Look, hey, crowd. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's a line in that Coliseum. I'm really not trying to go in there. We was a scam. We're gonna change the world, tell everybody to love each other and stuff. But now I see that y'all serious. The same brain in our head now is the same brain that was in their head then. they couldn't get away with it now, then odds are they couldn't get away with it then, unless that man, that creature, that alien, that person, that son of God, in which everybody's a son of God, everybody's a daughter of God, whatever God is, whatever you want to call it, you're all gods because you're a son of God. I just think that we misunderstand a lot of these scriptures because they've been cultural appropriated for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So there's a lot more going on than what we know.
So many people that are awake now. We really do, and if we could get coordinated, we could make a difference. So we've got to stop judging each other. We've got to put things into action now, folks. We've got to stand up and call a spade a spade. We really do. There's mechanisms in this system that we can use against itself. It's a double-edged sword. You know, I'm all for bringing the system down. I believe the whole legal system is crap. It's tripe, it's fiction. But still, there are elements in it we can use, simply because the people out there who are sleeping need to be spoken to in a language they understand. And these are the people we need to meet, we need to reach. Now, everything that we're seeing on the planet today, everything these politicians are doing, if you really want to get down to it, it's abuse of office, a lot of it. There are no leaders on this planet. We've got to get this idea of authority out of our heads. What these politicians are doing is they're using the power that we give them by the office that they hold to create, or to abuse their power, to create powers that they don't have. This is all abuse of office.
They're all businessmen and businesswomen. They are taking your human rights and your constitutional rights and whatever rights you have and selling them to corporations. They're just businessmen. They're not leaders. They're all authority is perceived. They're not actually authoritarians. We make them authority. We give them the power the same way we give the 0.01% the power. The other thing he mentioned there is, it actually reminds me of another scripture, which is, we have to be there for each other, and we have to be there and usher each other through waking up. There's certain levels you got to wake up to, and you got to wake up to higher levels, and you got to be patient with people. You got to know who you can talk to and who you can't. I don't know what level I'm on. I might be on level 3. People on the level 4, they got to be patient with me. Just be patient with me. Let me say stupid stuff. Let me do dumb things. Just be there, work me through this, right? I've been changing. I'm not on level -6 anymore. Like, I'm starting to wake up to many things. But we have to be patient with people, right? I try to be patient with my family. You need to be patient with your family. You need to love your friends and family. But also that scripture that says, a prophet is not sent unto their own lands, right? So a lot of the stuff I get in with my family is texting back and forth. It's just, I need to find somebody else with some black skin to explain to them some things that they're not going to accept from me, because they know everything I know, obviously, because we grew up together. And we took baths together and picked each other's nose, threw boogers and spit on each other, that they know everything I know, right? There's no way that I can talk to them about these things. There's no way that you can talk to your husband about these things. No way that you can talk to your wife about these things. Why? Because you know each other. You're too familiar. Right? You don't want to ruin. You don't want to soil. Oh yes. Oh goodness yes. I guess I'm having a conversation with myself. There's all kind of things happening in here when I do this. You don't want to salt the earth. Right? You don't want to ruin the soil. There's things that I can't say to certain people, but maybe Jimmy T can. But if I keep beating them in the head with it, they'll never accept it when Jimmy wants to wake them up. There are people in your friends and family list that aren't ready, right? People were patient with you to wake up. People were patient with me to wake up to the new and newer levels of reality. We got to be patient with people. And this is, I love what Max is saying. I'm going to try to let him get going, but there's just so much here.
And everything that we're facing on this planet, folks, is a humanitarian crisis. The environment, all the damage we're doing to the environment, this is what supports life. This is a humanitarian crisis. All these things are humanitarian issues. The fact that you've got homeless people, the fact that you've got people, rough sleepers out in the streets, this is humanitarian. All of this, it's all humanitarian issues, but we whitewash it, we look at it as political issues, as economic issues, social issues. They're humanitarian issues, all of them are.
Can't help but compare yourself to the generation before you. Can't help it.
You know what? And I see stuff and it just reminds me of things. So you see the fire right there? What just went through my mind. Hang on.
Problem is,
you're talking about the climate. That's another thing. We hit is climate change, right? California burned down with Oregon and Colorado and a bunch of them. we have a government that has the ability to make it rain, right? Quietly with the satellites that we know the technology from because they filed the patents and they signed that geoengineering pact. They made it rain for war. They made it rain on the Vietnam. How come they didn't make it rain on California, right? People burning up and dying. How come? Right? There's a whole lot of NSA that need the NSA. There's a whole lot of FBI that needs the FBI. These people have taken oaths, Homeland Security. These people are supposed to get our back, and they're not. They're standing back, and they're letting people die in their nation because there's a whole lot more going on if you're paying attention than is ever being said in the news.
Always put economy at the top of the food chain when really humanity needs to be at the top of the food chain. No one else can see the world through these eyes, no matter how flawed this vehicle is, no matter how flawed my emotional state is, no matter how inconsequential I feel. I'm perfect at experiencing life from the perspective of Max Egan. No one else can do that, ever. And it isn't whether you're good or bad or fat or short or good looking or bad looking or this or that. It's about what you do with it, what you do with the information. What is your relationship with people? What is your relationship with the planet? That's what it's about. It's about creative potential. You know, we're here to experience humanity to its greatest potential, and we have the potential to be absolutely incredible. Can you imagine it if we all could see this perfection in ourselves and respected ourselves that much? Because when you see that, get that perfection, you go, wow. Suddenly, you see it in everybody. It's the same. There's no one better than anybody else. There's no one with any more value than anybody else. We all have value, but we've been taught that we don't. We've been taught to look for leaders and look for gurus, and someone's going to find a way out of this. Someone's going to lead me to safety. Or just follow, please. I'm reading it in the newsletters. Yes, we're winning, but I'm not participating. You've got to participate, folks. You've got to participate. You've got to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, and don't think anybody has authority over you. Don't think anybody has any power over you. You know, but don't attack people. You know, you don't go to the politicians and scream and rant and rave and protest and all this stuff. You just ask them, show cause. Show cause where you shouldn't be held in abusive office for blah 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 blah. Please, show me. You know, and when you've got the whole community doing it, they go, oh my God. A lot of it is because of the business model, because of the economic model. We're always competing with each other. We've got this fear going on, like drip, drip, drip in the back of your mind, always there, no matter how connected you are. Gotta pay the bills. Oh my God, do I look like this? Oh, am I fat enough? Am I thin enough? Am I that? Does she like me? All this stuff going on. It's in people's minds all the time. You know, little inadequacies, which are parameters that are given to us by other people. And it happens so much. It really does.
Here comes another commercial. I love that song. I have no idea what the hell this commercial's about. I love it. I'm like driving and it comes on. It's like boom, 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 boom. And I love it, but I never pay attention. Somebody posted this the other day. Was it Tony or somebody said, you know what? I ain't never gonna buy your damn product when you interrupted my good videos. And he's right. I will never buy a product. I'm trying to focus and concentrate. I'm like watching something on spirituality or evolving the human race, moving forward, trying to connect thoughts, and you stop to advertise I don't even know what the hell that is. Trust online gambling? Yeah, well, I don't gamble anyway. I don't believe in money. You like breaking train of thought, right? And it's like, I hate commercials. Right? Besides the fact they own the platforms that they advertise on because the people own the platforms.
So what we've got to do is find a way of breaking down these barriers and find a way of linking things up. And all of the different movements, you know, the chemtrails people and the fracking people and the this people and the that people, we want to bring all this together because these are all the same issue.
They're all the same issue. You get that? The chemtrail people, the fracking people, the G people, the flat earth people, the mermaid people, the Bigfoot people, the alien people, the white people, the black people, the yellow people, the American people, the Yemen people. You know, it's all the same problem. We all got the same problem, all of us. And people act out because the problem's not being solved, and they act out against each other. If they ever get half a clue, if they ever realize, if they ever just sniff and get close to it, the whole world will change. they ever realize that they are not a subhuman, that they are a human, that they don't need another categorization. All they need is love, unselectively, consciously. Agape love is agape love, perfect love. They get real love, not that fake love stuff. The whole world will change overnight. Overnight, 24 hours. That's all it takes. It doesn't even take 24 hours. It's just about belief.
These are all symptoms of the same problem. Now, like I said, be it Fukushima, be it homelessness, be it starvation, it doesn't matter what it is. It's all part of the same problem. You know, we're just not dealing with it from the correct perspective. We're hacking at the branches, but we're not striking at the root. We've got to strike at the root. That's got to come from us. It's all got to come from us. You know, we've got to change our perspective of what we are, folks. Change the perspective of what the nation is. And then we can get to a point where we don't need nations. You know, because all of this is fiction anyway. But there is enough stuff in the fiction that we can use to get ourselves out of this.
I mean, think about that. And we hit that all the time, nations. Like this idea that you got to fight and be okay with killing some children that you've never met because they were born in another country, and the billionaires in your country want their resources. You got to get past this idea. And yeah, I did gaslight you by saying children, because that's what I do. The TV does it, so I'll do it too. You know, get past this idea that it's okay to blow up nations and create human trafficking and sex trafficking and all the stuff that comes out of these destroyed countries because somebody was born in a different place. How ignorant and crazy is that? Like we got a sister that runs around here, Sister Mariette in Armenia. Apparently, the Armenian genocide is something that they just walk over. And something recently happened, and I don't know all the details, but what I do know is that I guess ISIS or someone is moving in their territory. They're making deals in Turkey. And so now these people who just need freedom be left the hell alone. Our cousins aren't going to have that. I don't need to know who they are. I don't need to know where they are. I can't find Armenia on a map, let alone Kazakhstan or whatever that country is next to it. I know this. You shouldn't be killing people. That's what I know. I know you shouldn't be taking people's land. People need to grow food and have freedom on their own land. I do know that. But we have to ascend to that point of consciousness where we can see things through everybody's perspective. Certainly enough to leave them the hell alone. Certainly enough.
We're really limited in our potential because of what we believe we are capable of. But if we can create matter by observing it, we can create this whole mess, which is a product of our imagination, the whole thing. We live in a paper-based reality, folks. A paper-based reality. And we're getting away with, because, we can't do anything. It's law. It says on a piece of paper. It says on a piece of paper that I can't do anything. I've got to let this happen because there's nothing I can do about it. It's all abuse of office. You know, the alternate media needs to provide a safety net for people who are waking up to the reality of the situation, and you need to be providing pathways to solutions. I don't know what all the solutions are. I'd like to. I've been trying, but I can't do it without your help. You know, we all need to link up our minds together and do this together because everybody's got a piece of the puzzle. Everybody has value. Everybody has something valid to offer. We really do. We can't shut each other down. We can't have our movements. We need to link everything together, folks. We really do, because otherwise this is what we're going to get, stuff like this. Never before in history has the system been laid so bare. We've got the internet, we've got communication right around the planet. Never before in history has everything been laid so bare, and have we had the ability to unite this planet in one global shift in consciousness? This is it. This is the most important time ever. Every problem is an opportunity, and this is a huge opportunity for us to address this corruption, because the corruption is obvious now. It's not a theory anymore. Yeah, there's a conspiracy. There's people behind closed doors doing very bad things, and everybody's suffering because of it. So folks, that's the path we're on. That's the legal system that we've got, but there are elements within it. But we've got to have a strong communal response.
Certainly not. BNW.
So what you've got to do is find ways of breaking down the barriers in your community. This is the greatest opportunity in human history. All we have to do is stand up and participate. That's all we have to do, folks. Align your focus with the solution, not the problem. The key to saving yourself from this heartless transhumanist world is right in your face. But that's it, folks. You can be the change. You are the change. That's what you're here for. That's what this time in history is, and that's why you all chose to participate. So please participate.
Participate. He does not mean vote. Which I'm not going to go through the details of. If you feel that that's making a change, then you go ahead and do that. Do it twice. I can show you something else. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. Yeah, who was talking was Max Egan. Phenomenal. Yes, I will post the link. I always post the link to the things that I show to avoid getting any sort of copyright, whatever troubles. But also because you don't have to share my video, you can go and do your own analysis to share it on your timeline. There's one more important thing. Actually, a whole bunch I want to show you, but I don't have enough time. I got to show you this sister right here. This was beautiful. Most people are still talking about the election. And if we don't have a little more better, it doesn't matter who wins. What they're doing is already planned. It's already paid for. They purchased both parties through lobbying. It's going to happen in your nation, and it's going to happen in America. And this sister had great insight. And this is the part that I was telling you about, that a prophet is not sent unto their own lands. And so sometimes you can't say something that people will listen to you, but other people who perhaps look like them or who you didn't grow up with can. This was an awesome explanation from Jacquie Luqman. I don't know who she is, but she is a beautiful person. She has beautiful things to say. I don't agree 100% with anything she says. I don't agree 100% with anybody. I don't agree 100% with what I say. But she has beautiful things to say, and that's what we need to let a little air out the ball, as Dave Chappelle put it, in terms of we got places to go. And a violent revolution or mass violent dissent is not one of those. We just need to remove our belief, and that happens from education, because ignorance is a disease of a lack of knowledge. You have to share the knowledge.
Hello and welcome to Redacted Tonight VIP. I'm Lee Camp. Man, do we have a show for you today to break down the elections and what the fuck it means. What the fudge it means. I'll speak with Jacquie Luqman, the incredible host of the daily radio show By Any Means Necessary. Jacquie, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me on, Lee.
So I've been asking everybody this, so I figured I'll throw it your way too. Did the multimillionaire, racist, corporate war criminal, sexual predator of your choice win the election?
Well, since that type of person is never my choice actually didn't win the election. But, we got what we got. This whole lesser evilism business, I just don't understand how people are fine with any level of evil. But I guess when you exist in a system that thrives on evil being perpetrated toward working class, poor, and oppressed people for the system to maintain its power, then, not being beaten 7 days a week does feel a little bit better than, when you're only being beaten 5 days a week, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. When someone's pounding you in the face and then they start pounding you in the shoulder or something, you're like, well, that feels like justice right there.
Yeah.
As we know, the Obama-Biden presidency oversaw a massive military-industrial complex, dropped more bombs than ever before, deported more people than ever before, continued subsidizing fossil fuels, which is basically subsidizing our own death, and gave gigantic breaks to Wall Street so they could keep extracting the wealth of the American people. So what do you see as changing as a result of the upcoming Biden presidency?
There isn't going to be any change from the Obama-Biden agenda. The change that's going to happen will be from the Trump agenda back to the Obama-Biden agenda. Because of the things that Trump did that, shocked everyone, pulling out of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with, or better known as the Iran nuclear deal, pulling out of the Paris Accords, all of the anti-environmental and anti-LGBTQ and anti-transgender executive orders, and the ramping up pressure, sanctions and reimposing the blockade against Cuba. Yeah, Biden's going to go back to the way Obama did those things. He's going to try to get us back into the Iran nuclear deal. Although if I were Iran, I would make some stipulations for getting back into any kind of agreement with the United States and removing the some sanctions and a few measures from the original deal before I entered into another agreement with the United States. The Paris Accords, it's a nice idea, but it's not going to stave off the climate change crisis that we're in right now. But yeah, Biden's going to put us back into the Paris Accords. Certainly restoring environmental protections and protections for LGBTQ people are incredibly important, absolutely. And going back to a less aggressive posture toward Cuba, certainly welcome, but none of those things change the imperialist nature of this country, this government, and the policies toward everybody else in the world and the effect that those policies have on people here. So really, the Biden-Harris administration isn't going to move the needle forward. They're literally just going to move the needle back to where it was before 4 years ago when Trump was elected. And that is right back in the middle of the imperialist juggernaut that the United States has always been.
Gerard retires as the crowd goes wild. I love it. I love it. She didn't summed up about 800 of my videos. This woman in 80 seconds summed up everything that I've been trying to get out. I quit. I'm done. My work here is finished. She didn't tell. She told it exactly how it is. I love this woman to death. She didn't run tell that. Run tell that. She didn't tell. Ain't nothing gonna change. all he's gonna do. So the only thing that happened is the neocons and the neo-libs got the kill machine back. That's the only thing that happened. They got the kill oppress machine back. So you're gonna go back to the billionaires who own the neo-libs and the neocons, and you're gonna go away from the new billionaires that Trump was probably trying to take it to. You didn't change anything. There's no reason to jump, clap, dance, sing, happy, step and fetch, slap each other in the butt. You can do all that you want to. But ain't nothing different. Ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing. Until we change, none of this changes. Right? And that's just the reality. I love what she got to say. But anyway, I'm gonna read some comments and we'll go back to the rest of what she had. Oh, it was a great interview. Great, fantastic. I love seeing more people realize that this is a slave plantation. This is a kill machine. This is Murder, Inc. And nobody should be in support of this system. The system needs to collapse, but we need to take care of people on the way down. We don't need to put more people in to build right back up to where we need to get away from. The only thing Donald Trump did, in my opinion, what he would have done was give people more time to prepare before he handed it to his billionaire friends. That's the only difference. That's it. Nobody should be dancing, clapping, running, and singing. The black codes are here. New Jim Crow has already pretty much been announced. Now the CIA is in it and their lips are getting wet. They're looking at the taste of that. Ooh. Oh, how much money can we make giving all the impoverished communities over to Bill Gates and Fauci and those massive pharmaceutical corporations to test on our public the same way they're doing all over Central America and Africa? You know? This is where we are. But like Max Egan just said, which is why it's been a powerhouse morning for me, is it's just so in your face right now. Only people who don't want to see it can't see it anymore. Only people who really struggle with that ice heart. They just don't want it to melt. They just got that blockhead. They don't want any logic to get through. Anyway, let me do some comments and we'll see if we go back to her or I have one or two more things I'm going to show you. Was do unto others as you have them do unto yourself. Absolutely, Carol Harrison. Do unto others as you have them do to you. And being a new person, you need to make friends with everybody here. People need to send invites. Maybe you're new and I've never seen you before, but everybody friend people here. When people say stuff that you completely disagree with and sound crazy as hell, that's the person you want to friend. Why? Because we can't afford to be ignorant anymore. we have to look at people who are different from us and begin to understand their perspective and why they have it. Begin to understand why they say the things that they do, while the television is telling you that they're Nazis or they're white nationalists or they're black thugs or whatever. Because when you start to see people's kids, their pictures, the things they fear, the things they love, they're human too, it's harder for plantation masters and leaders to turn you against them. Make friends with everybody. So never cast your vote. They take your energy. Absolutely, darling. And voting is only one aspect, right? To me, that's the easiest one to give up. So I gave that up. That's easy to give up. You know, we give up our energy in all types of ways. You know, who we work for, how long we work, what we buy, where we shop. You know, everything we do is a vote in that way. Be very leery of what and who you give your energy to. Absolutely. There was something else she said that reminded me of a scripture, right? Being a respecter of persons. Don't be a respecter of persons. Don't be a respecter of political parties. Don't be a respecter of nations. Don't give two damns about the jersey on the monster or the killer or what you think is an angel. If something is right, say it's right. If something is wrong, say it's wrong. And to me, what is right and wrong, I'd have to say, as I'm evolving, learning, level 4, trying to get to level 5, is wrong is abuse. If what you're doing is going to abuse another human being, my answer is always no. I don't care what it is. I don't care how good you make it look. I don't care if you scared me into the coocoovirus. I don't care if you scared me into the pagans gonna come over here and stop Christianity or got spears or whatever. I don't really care what it is. Oh, they're gonna smoke the drugs and smoke the tweeds and do what they do and come over here and kill me and rape my kids or something. It hasn't happened yet. When people do things that are violent, then we respond, but you never respond with violence to prevent violence. You gotta go bomb a bunch of children to save some children. That's not how that works, right? The minute you say that your plan involves abuse, my answer is always no. That's my perspective, all right? They are changing everything. They are, Carol, they're changing everything, but it doesn't have to change how they want it to change. We can change it how we want it to change. We just got to go back to remembering that we're all family. Okay, G, you're right. Sorry. Okay, Christine, thank you. Was I what was I right on? What I missed? Good morning, Ivana. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Gerard. This makes perfect sense. Thank you, Heather. I wish it didn't. Heather, I wish I was crazy as hell. Heather Quinn Ledger. And I probably am crazy as hell. I wish none of this made any damn sense. I wish, like literally, Heather, this is how my mind works. I hope somebody walks through this door or comes in this comment section and posts a link to make all of this crazy as hell. I hope, because we need hope. And it's just weird, the world we live in, that we are literally talking about a 0.01%, a few people who own the damn world, put everybody in face diapers and lockdown, and they're child trafficking, they're pedophiles, some people say they're aliens, and they tell every government in the world what to do. That needs to be a book. That needs to be a movie. That should not be something that we're actually having an intellectual discussion about whether or not it's a good idea to keep this path. I hope for somebody, please tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Heather, please go out there and find a link and make me wrong. I don't want this to make no kind of sense. Good morning, Ann. Ann Archie. Been on the trail with me since the beginning. In the pits of fighting fascism. You have to plant a seed. When they're ready, they will see. Yes, darling, plant the seed and water. Don't soil it, don't pee on it. No, that's not how that nitrate and ammonia work. It's got to work through the soil. Microbiology got to break it down and make it, take them minerals and give them in plant soluble form. Like, don't burn the ground. You tell people what they need to know and don't abuse them. Like, I don't abuse my family with nothing. They abuse my mornings with their text messages. And I don't start with them. And that's why I said, my brother, my family, he got upset with me and he said, why are you so worried about it? Why are you so worried about having Nephilim monkey tissue and infant tissue injected in you? Well, that's an interesting question. I'm not worried about it. I was like, you text me. All right. I was asleep. I woke up. I was going to meditate, try to levitate, and fail again. And this is where my warlock and witch friends say, yeah, that's why you failed. Because you don't think you can do it. If you don't think you can do it, you can't do it. And that's probably true, but we all have our own realities. I've never seen nobody levitate, so it's a little difficult for me. And no, I said, you text me. I didn't text you. I respond. I don't let you post ignorance. I got removed from the family text message list because my kids were on it, and they're like posting this stuff about how Obama's a nice guy. And, oh, we love him, good guy. He loved America, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? You can lie to your kids all you want. That's not my place. But you were never going to lie in front of me to anybody's kids. Damn sure not mine. So my kids get it. My kids get it because I don't let grown adults who are ignorant lie to them. Ignorant, not stupid. Ignorant. My family is mostly ignorant. Very good people, solid hearts. They give you the shirt off your back. My grandmother had so many people who were around that she took care of. I had no damn idea who my family is. I don't, and which is great. And it's a way that she was evolved far beyond me, because she took care of all these people, and I got cousins everywhere, and I don't know half of them are blood or not. It doesn't even matter. I got 7 billion family members. We gotta look out for each other, but we're all ignorant of something. All right? I'm not gonna belabor that into an 8-hour message, but I could. I can't, though. I got to go pick some cotton here in a minute. Hurricanes and tornadoes here in Florida. Yes, Shatita, and they know that they can reduce that, but they're not doing it because the weather weapon or the weather geoengineering tools are not for us. They're for international billionaires and criminals and warfare, not to save American lives, even though Americans create a lot of it and fund it through their tax dollars. And the people who control these programs are called politicians, supposed to be there for the Americans. It boggles my mind when I think about the California wildfires. Children dying in fire. You would think for a minute somebody in one of these organizations would step up and say, we can't do this. This is against our oath. We need them back. We need our brothers back. We need our brothers and sisters in those acronym agencies back. Which goes back to the next point. If Donald Trump was fighting the deep state, Donald Trump didn't have to fight the deep state. All he had to do was just sign a piece of paper to say, we're getting rid of the acronym agencies because y'all aren't actually standing up for the American people. You're not protecting them from international billionaires and corporations, pharmaceutical industries that keep people sick enough that the common cold kills them from the comorbidities. 200,000 people in my nation died because of this criminal industry. Where's the FBI at? Where y'all at? Y'all took oaths to all those dead people. They need you. All right? Well, not the dead people, because they came back, they're kids. But as kids now, they still need you if they came back. If reincarnation is a thing. That makes sense. That makes sense about what they may be planning. Hang on. Loving our world. I love your name. Yes, I love your name. I can't see the whole comment. I gotta wait till it rolls up. It does make sense. I wish it didn't, but it does. And loving our world, I have to be an adult. Like, I can't be a child about this. Right? You have to put yourself in front of the tank. When you really got love in your heart and you can see where this is going, you have to step up. I come out here and do these videos. I'll talk bad about the NSA, FBI, Homeland Security. And that's only because I love them too, and they're family. They're all family. They're just a little confused and indoctrinated like we all are. It might be them that come to kill me, but that's fine. That's what y'all got to do. But you don't scare me. I'm not scareable. Right? I don't negotiate with terrorists, whether you're supposed to be on my side, whether you took an oath, whether your managers and leaders from within your organization are bought and paid for by international billionaires. I still have to stand up, and I'm always going to stand up. And when they get sick of me, they'll either rediscover their humanity or their allegiance to citizens, or they'll just kill me. All right? But we have to love our world, which is why I love your name, more than we love ourselves. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Wait, what? Did I say that right? The needs of the many, right, outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. Although I got into a good discussion with someone the other day in terms of, and that's why, because it was about war. And I was talking to him about, the wars aren't going to stop. Right? From Obama to Trump, from Bush on to Jive Biden or Kamala, because they're going to put him in the back seat, put Kamala in the front. They're not going to stop killing people. They're not going to stop blowing up nations and stealing resources. And his point was, but we're doing it. We're building a world. We're the global police and we're helping. I said, if what you have to do, if what you're trying to help with requires you killing children and dropping buildings on them, I can't have anything to do with that. That's a plan of a demon. That's something someone satanic would do. Well, his point was that we're building this new world. Well, if your new world is paved with blood, what kind of world do you think that's going to be? Number one. And the other point, I completely forgot. See what my plan is going to be. All right, it'll come back to me. Anyway, let me keep it moving because I'm gonna have to go. YouTube interrupts at specific points. Wasn't? Oh, dang it. Everything they don't like. Well, yeah, Jimmy T, and it's not like a person, it's just software. Software keys in on words, which is why I try to invoke my ebonics anywhere. I try to evoke my superpowers anywhere I can because the learning software has trouble with ebonics. It has trouble with anything. Change words, change names, pull letters out, speaking pig Latin, ixnay on the upiste, and that's the only way we can fight on some of these platforms. And the fight right now is not a physical fight. The fight is a information war. Right? This is about knowledge. Knowledge is power. Live while you can, love who you love. Absolutely. And live while you can and love everybody within reach of love. That's what we should be doing. Why don't you have ad block yet, G? Deborah, you ask me that every day. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, I see it. I see it when you ask me. I know. I'm thinking about it. It'll get there. I have so many things I got to do in a day. I had to put up a greenhouse this morning. I had to help a person broke down on the side of the road. I had to look up what to do when a certain message comes up on a car. I was propagating some plants. I did not even have breakfast yet. Isn't that Ralph Smart who says that? We got to save the world, deep divers, and we ain't had breakfast yet. I didn't have breakfast yet, so I'll get the ad block eventually. Crabs in a bucket. We are, Jimmy. We don't have to be. It's time to get out. Like, I posted a meme reminded me of that. You know, what is the point of jumping out of the frying pan to the fire? Right? We basically just jumped out of the frying pan to the fire. Trump was no dream. I mean, he had a foul mouth. He was a multi-billionaire. He was a bit of a fool. But he obviously was in opposition, perhaps controlled, to the people who were there. There was more time. He would say things like fake news. He would say things like, let's let black people out of prison. And he did them. That's the crazy part. He did. I was trying to explain to my brother. I said, as long as I've been watching this, you know, whoever wins, they turn mostly on the poorest people who vote for them, right? So why? Because they're trying to earn the other side's votes. There's a good economic reason why. Why would Trump release more brown people out of prison than anybody alive? Well, because he wants their votes, and he got them. He got them. He doubled his vote from black women, and he doubled his vote from black men. 18% of all the black men who voted all voted for Trump. But he didn't do a damn thing for the poor whites. They were the poor Republicans. Let's say it right, because white does not mean Republican, and black does not mean no damn Democrat. But what he did was he looked out for them. He released them from prison. He was literally the Harriet Tubman to this guy. So the election, which is in this crazy world, somehow makes some damn sense in 2020. The racist guy let more brown people out of prison that the other guy who won that most brown people voted for actually put in. He put more brown people in prison, and he released more brown people. And people are clapping. Like, this is not anything to clap for. This is an ugly Black Mirror episode like we talked about yesterday. This is a Black Mirror episode. So yeah, so this is it right here. This is the meme I made this morning. I was like, you feel it now? Okay, well, you can feel it. You get the hell out the pot. I'm not upset that Jive and Bowden might have kind of sort of won. Or I'm not upset that Trump might kind of sort of overturn it. I really don't care nothing about those things. I'm not a respecter of persons. The thing I'm asking is, do you feel the heat now? Right? It's a good thing to turn the heat up. And I think the neo-libs and the neocons getting back in power, if this continues, they're going to crank that heat up. I think we're running out of time. I think that they got to move quickly. They are censoring and banning and deleting. They're deleting channels like you would not believe. I don't know how much longer I got left, but now it should be obvious with them basically giving the poor inner city communities and anybody who needs a stimulus check and just signing them over to Big Pharma. That should be a good hint. That's turning the heat up. And sometimes that's maybe what we need. I believe everything is perfect. I believe everything is exactly how it should be. And this will evolve us the way it should. And it'll bring us into consciousness. And sometimes it does take a tragedy to bring a family together. And maybe this is our tragedy, to learn to jump the hell out the pot. Not to go from the frying pan to the fire, but realize we are a frog. The water is getting warmer, and because it's slowly going up, people are okay with it. They don't eat the candy. And that's not candy, and no candy is free. Get the hell out the pot, you know. So we just crank the heat up, and so the frog can jump in. Okay, let me do comments. I'm gonna go. Did y'all want to watch the rest of that? Because I have to actually pee and I have to go. I drank too much coffee. Good morning, Irene. Hey there, Lori. Let me see. Luqman Nation Jacquie. Okay, yes, Lori. Have you heard of her? I've never heard of her, but she was fantastic. Oh man, I love it. I mean, hearing people like waking up like that in masses like that, hearing all those black people go over to Trump, it gives me hope. Not that that's the right thing, but it is a thing. It's a different thing. You know, it's going from the grizzly bear to the black bear. You're still gonna get eaten, but people are realizing that, damn, this is not the right direction. We got to do something different. And I think that's always good. And this is his quote right here. I think I want to make sure I ask this thing. He said, this is a huge opportunity for us to address the corruption because it's so obvious now. You don't actually have to convince people. All you have to do is send them a link. There are enough people out there who speak intelligently in 80 seconds and explain the problems to Gerard that takes 8 years. We are the ones. I mean, we are the ones that build our own prisons. We just got to accept that it is a prison. Nobody's on our own side. And then ask the question, who posted this? How high can Fauci jump? I don't think he can jump that high. Who posted this? I want this house. This is an off-grid cabin. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe for Gerard. This is where I need to be, right there. That's probably, you find me a place to go run and hide. Although they say Florida is nice. Rebecca Costello around here, they said that people walk around without face diapers. Oh, I can go pee. Y'all gonna let me go pee? But that's just weird, Matthew. I can't pee. Y'all thinking about me. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because I can put another video on. I can sneak away, and people watching the video and they don't know what I'm doing. I'm fine. But there's something weird and spiritual, energy-wise, about having 25 people on Facebook and 10 or so people on YouTube knowing I'm out peeing somewhere. It's not gonna work, Matthew. That's not gonna work. So we're gonna wrap this up and then I'm gonna get out of here. It's a great morning. Great morning. Yeah, it's always good. It's always good when you catch them plotting black codes. It's always good when you catch them plotting white codes. It's always good when you catch them plotting religious codes. It's always good when you catch them plotting at all, because now we know what we need to do. We got people we need to stand up for, and those people are not me, because I'm not in the inner city. I'm not one that's gonna. I haven't gotten my. I'm still waiting on that damn stimulus check. It ain't coming. All right, let's get off of that. We're not gonna show that again. She done had me with some makeup and a bun on my head. Do you see that? No, is that hair? I don't even want to show it because the video gonna play. All right, I'm done. All right, that's it. Good morning. Jump out the pot. Fun fact, 18% of black people. Yep. Okay, great. Enemy. Oh, this is it. This is interesting. It's gonna get me in trouble, maybe. The new definition of the enemy of the state is one that does not ingest the most powerful corporations' products and narratives. Like, you see where this is going. Corporations rule. Corporations have the say, and we're literally building a world where they dictate what you have to have injected in your body, where you have to live, where you have to go, what tracking software you have, and maybe that's not a good idea. Perhaps. We'll see. Oh, this was fun too. Did y'all get this one? It took me a minute. It says, son. No, this is the son. He says, Dad, why is my sister called Peace? And the father responds, well, son, your mother thought the world needed more peace. He said, oh, thanks, Dad. And he says, No problem, oil. And of course, he got the hat, the army hat. I don't see any laughing faces. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious because he wants more oil and she wanted more peace. Man, woman, Venus, Mars, and his name was Oil. No. I'm easy to please. All right, there we go. We're done. Oh, did I change my background? I changed my background. Hold on. That's probably important. Yes, it is. I think it is. It is. And I'm pretty sure, which means nobody understood it. Hold on. There you go. Hang on. Oh, somebody just got it. Somebody just got it. Let me show you this. I always try to make my walls important. Nutritious and delicious. I like to, anytime I see a post or a meme that's just got some real good intellectual food, I try to make it my wall because that's the one that sticks up. There you go, it's the aliens. And y'all always get me with the aliens. I can't wait for them to come by. Because he's got a sign, the alien's got a sign, he landed, and he says, "Take me to your leader." And the guy responds, you can say that's me. That's me right there. And he said, you kind of came at a bad time. Can you can you kind of get back in your spaceship and just go fly around? Just give us a few years. We got some things to sort out. Ain't no way in hell I'm taking Jivin Bowden, nor Trump, nor Obama, nor Clinton, Bush. None of them say, this is my leader. That's insanity. No. That's going to get everybody killed. You don't send no child trafficking, sexual porn, interdimensional, bombing children, killers that get up in the morning, they find with the killing and take more money from the corporations, take more rights from the people, build up the more police state, and then go meet the aliens. That's not gonna work. That alien gonna fly the hell away. Like, yep, all right, go ahead and you know what? Can you tell Jesus and them get another asteroid? The first flood didn't work. Just they gonna need a bigger one. Yeah, apparently some of them done made it. And they down there modifying their genes too. They messing with Jesus' experiment. That's it. You can tell Buddha and Shiva and them too. Yeah, you need to get a couple asteroids. Make sure you get the center of every ocean this time. We need the tsunami to completely get rid of these Bill Gates Nephilims. They're about to change their DNA because they're scared of the air. You know how silly that sounds? You literally gonna let a megalomaniac change your DNA because you're scared of the air. The air, some sniffles, some boogers and snot. You can just eat healthier. All right. Oh, Biden, my nickname to this clown. Oh yes. Oh, Biden, like Obama. Obama. I just say Elaine Buddha. I call it the Bush term 6. Is this term 6? I think it's term 6. Because we called while y'all was calling it racist term 1. Y'all call it Trump term 1. I was like, no, this is Obama. Obama didn't prove it to us. I wasn't upset when Obama won. I was not. Y'all not gonna like that, but I'll tell you the truth. I didn't vote for him. No, because like I said, I didn't seen them light-skinned Negroes coming a long time ago. They got their green eyes and got that light skin. They used to get on BET, not me. So no, I seen them coming a long time ago. I'm good at watching, identifying a street hustle. Okay, I can identify a street hustle. That's a hustler. All right. So, but I wasn't upset he won because he was different. He was different. Like, you've never seen that before. Like, all right, this guy's different. Interracial president. Let's see what happens. Maybe something will be different. He's new too. So maybe there wasn't enough time to be lobbied and blah, 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 blah. Maybe something will be different. And it was different. It got worse. Which is what happens every president. It gets worse. Every president, more war, more bombs, more prisons, more incarcerations, more problems. All right, every single administration. And when Trump won, I was not upset. Y'all was upset. I was not upset. Y'all like, racist term 1, he's racist. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's in the Bobby Brown video. And he's in every rap album we used to sing. He used to dance, sing, go to parties with Snoop Dogg, getting high, smoking the Chronic. And, well, he didn't do that, but he was hanging with him. Got pictures with Al Green, Al Cook, Al Sharpton, all the rest of them, all over the internet. This man is not racist. He's not any more racist than the average American. We are a racial focused nation. People are indoctrinated to view things and make judgments at a distance based on what somebody looks like. I call it perceptionism, but yeah, he's got that. Everybody has that. I was thinking about that the other night. Was that on last night's? No, it was a few nights ago. I was thinking about this whole gender thing. And I'm sure somebody upset with me over what I said, but I'm sorry. I just call it how I see it. And my point was, it was on yesterday's panel, where I said, you know, you as a man, right? When I meet a woman, I need to stop seeing her as a woman because it's insignificant to the transaction, right? If the transaction is this is a person, we're working on a project, we have something to do, whatever, I need to evolve enough to not see a woman, but just see a person. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's no difference than when you meet somebody who's white or black and you see white or black. Right? I personally don't see that anymore. That's cured in me. I've gotten rid of that indoctrination. I don't have the slave master's view of the world anymore. Okay, I'm working on, you know, meet a woman, and I'm trying not to get in trouble. If the transaction is not, you know, go on a date, you know, fall in love, whatever, the genitals is insignificant. You see what I'm saying? You meet a man and it's like, we got something to do. We're working on a project. We got this, that at work, whatever. You know, get to a point where you don't see a man. It's another worker. We're working on something. We're building something. We're doing something, desexualizing this country, desexualizing the human race, because none of that matters. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this whole, because, you know, people, like when you see somebody, what does it matter if they're a Christian or a Muslim? How does that fit into the conversation? What does it matter if they're American or the Canadian or the Yemen, whatever? None of that really should matter. We are all a part of the same energy. We are all one. They gave us these subhuman groupings to divide us up, to keep us in conflict with each other, to oppress everybody. Okay? That's what I'm saying. And I ain't seen any angry faces, so maybe ain't nobody got upset with me on that. Do you understand what I'm saying? I try to explain it out. Yes, I get that, G. Okay, thank you, darling. I appreciate you. I'm a little careful. I'm not trying to abuse the women, make them mad. If you get women pissed off and cut your head off and throw it in the ditch. So I try to make sure I'm you know, that's how I am. That's how I was raised to be. I try to make more room for women. I know it's prejudice, but that's what I do because they scare the hell out of me sometimes. And plus, I have not changed my position on reparations. I still have the same position. And people understand it when I say it too. What do you think about reparations? I said, well, reparations against the most abused people on the planet? Yes, reparations. Okay. You know, usually they're talking about one group of people. Y'all know me. So, okay. Well, you know what? You let me know when you get all the women on this planet on a teleconference. Because one group has been abused by everybody. The slaves abused the women while they were slaves. The master abused the women. Master abused the women who were not slaves and the slave women at the same time. In Irish, they abused them. Africa, the Yemen. Damn it, in Washington State, they still abuse them. So my position on reparations is when y'all take care of the people that y'all abuse most on this planet, then we can talk about some other groups. But until then, no interest. It's either going to be everybody or we're going to go in the order in which dying abused. And people don't like it when I say that. They understand it, but they don't like it. Because I think it's logic. And I think when people really process that and really think about it, it'll change some of the narratives that the corporations have given. And that's the new world order that they're building, is a world order that's run by corporations. All right. Now I'm gonna have to wrap. Is that it? I think I'm done. I know I'm not done because there was some Ron Paul stuff I wanted to post, but this is, damn, what time is it? Yes, shoot, I got a bag of cotton I gotta fill. I can't be doing this. The world has to burn. I don't make a whole lot of money, but I try to make a little something to put some food in my stomach. All right, I'm gonna have to get going. I'm gonna do the last couple of comments. Let me change. I'm gonna try to do all comments and I'm gonna get out of here. Change the music so y'all know I'm starting to wrap up, which usually means I have to pee. I drink smoothies and coffee in the morning. Try to save grandmama. I need the smoothie to offset the coffee. All right, unfortunately, we are living in a horror movie. Yes, we are living in a horror movie. Who said that? Wait. Dang it. I missed it. I'm sorry. We are living in a horror movie, but it doesn't have to be. Like, what is that? What is the dreaming when you know you're in a dream and you can fly and fight each other and you make yourself fly, you control the dream. We're in that kind of a dream. We can control it, or we can leave it on autopilot. We can let our birth bigotry and identities dictate what we do and just let the nightmare play out how it is, or you could just, it almost hit me. Somebody posted. It's enough for y'all, which is, I know what I'm talking about. When you, lucid dream. It could be this could be a lucid dream. You could realize that, you know what, I got the power. I got the power. Not corporations and government and politicians. You got the power. And you can do whatever you want in that dream. That's another thing I'm failing. I've been trying to lucid dream. There ain't no lucid, there ain't no lu nor no sid. Nope. What happened to me in the dream just happens. Freddie always catching me. Jason get me. Chucky, all of them get me. All you have to do, Gerard, is just think that you're in the dream, and then you'll have the power to fly and fight. And I said, okay, thank you. Make a lot of good sense. I'm a spiritual person. Thank you. It ain't never happened. I wake up in a sweat, screaming, ah! All right, my mind is fully blown today. All right, Shatita, good thing. Yes, Max Egan was freaking amazing and phenomenal. And the sister, too. My gosh. I always I appreciate so much people who are like really clear thought, just straight to the point. And we didn't watch the whole thing. Did y'all answer the question? Y'all want to watch the rest of that? Like, it was deep. The whole thing was powerful. But I'll post a link. You guys can finish it. You can watch it. I wish this was just a bad dream, even if dreams don't get this insane. Yeah, it is. It's very insane, Ivana, but that's good. And I think that's how you wake up in a bad dream and do the lucid dreaming, is you realize that you are in a dream. It's just so bad that you take control. And I think it's the same way right here. We are in a bad dream. We need to take control. Stop giving our control to the people with the most jewels, the leaders, the corporations, the people who all have models of, who all agree with the model of oppressing and abusing somebody else. We take the power back. And that's just every human being is sovereign. You got no right to abuse anybody else. And never get behind anybody who's got a plan to abuse everybody. So no matter what, they can rob, steal, loot, and take from them to give to us. I don't believe everything I read on the internet. Yep, Lori, shouldn't believe anything you read on the internet. Don't believe anything in the news, and don't believe anything from anybody else. There's no reason to believe anything if we're all sovereigns. If we're all sovereign beings and we all protect each other's sovereignty, nobody has to believe anybody else, because nobody's out to abuse anybody else. All right. Creativity itself is a sin and feminine energy. Okay. Wow, okay, boom. I fight back, kicking my boyfriend. No, well, Darlene, I'm not gonna touch that. Is your boyfriend on my feed? Not gonna touch that one. I don't know what's going on. Usually I stay out of that stuff. That makes sense about what they may plan to be doing with the V word. At least part of it. Yeah, well, it's scary that does make sense. And there's the doctor who talks about that they're just pulling data from us, and that's why Gates is involved, because it's about pulling data out of the human being. And if that's related to DNA, like, I ask myself crazy questions. If they actually had the ability to pull memory from us, like from our DNA, do you think they would tell us? I just think about that for a minute. Like, the basis of pretty much everything I do, it loops back around to this point that don't trust people who keep secrets from you. Don't trust governments who have Convention Secrecy Acts and DARPAs, right? If they actually had the ability to pull from all human knowledge, what if the Akashic record were like all of us connected, right? Hall of Records is just a little document under the Sphinx, the pyramid, which says, hey, every last one of y'all, the Akashic records, you're all connected. All you got to do is access it through your DNA. And they figured out how to do that. Do you think they would tell us? I don't. I sure would. If I were in the 0.01% and I owned all of this, nope, I own the planet, I'm not telling y'all nothing. Knowledge is power, and I keep the knowledge from you, because otherwise you might try to get that freedom stuff. Most candidates, when they get in office, caters to the so-called opposite party. They ignore their base because they know that the base will be there. Oh, hence why Obama didn't specifically cater to blacks and Trump didn't help poor Republicans. That Brett Carey, that's it. I know I was gonna read comments, but I gotta go. So it's gonna be a spray show in a minute. So we want to end on your comment, and it's deep as hell. That's it. It's simple economics. It's not conspiracy theories, not anything else. And you can go back and look at what they did and who they did it for, and you realize that Trump was good for black people. And Obama was good for poor whites. To a degree. Not, not go too far. To a degree. It's all economics. And it's just common sense. But we've given that up. Anyway, this is Gerard, Free the People. I gotta go. Love y'all.